Hi, I'm Dr. Jocelyn. Today, we have a special topic, and I want you to listen to my words carefully because what I'm about to share could change the way your brain works at night. Did you know that every single night, your brain can lose up to 1,000 neurons without you ever feeling it? It doesn't matter if you're asleep, relaxed, or even dreaming. Once inflammation and oxidative stress are present, the damage continues silently, cell by cell. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you something real, something practical that you can start tonight. Because after decades of seeing this happen in people just like you, I can tell you this. It's not aging that causes memory loss. It's about what your brain is or isn't getting before you go to sleep. Most people think memory loss happens dramatically, like waking up one day and not recognizing your home. But in reality, it starts much smaller. You forget where you parked your car. You walk into a room and forget why. You read a sentence, and by the time you reach the next, it's gone from your memory. It's subtle. It's frustrating. And for millions of people over 60, it happens every single night, not because they didn't try hard enough to stay sharp, but because no one ever told them this before. Here's the key. Your brain doesn't age at night. It starves. It starves for glucose, it starves for antioxidants, and most of all, it starves for the specific nutrients that protect your neurons while you sleep. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. This isn't about pills, and it isn't about brain games. This is about real food, the kind you can find in your local grocery store, maybe even right there in your kitchen. Simple, familiar fruits that quietly repair brain cells, improve memory, and even reduce your risk of cognitive decline while you sleep. And don't worry, I'm not talking about exotic, hard to find superfoods. I'm talking about bananas, apples, and oranges. Three fruits you've seen 100 times but probably never thought of as overnight brain medicine. New research shows that what you eat before bed might be even more important than what you eat during the day, especially for your brain. And in this discussion, I'll explain how these three fruits work, what's in them, and exactly how they protect your neurons while you sleep. This is about waking up sharper, clearer, and more focused. And if this is your first time here, welcome. If you care about your brain, your memory, your independence, and your quality of life as you get older, stay with me through the end. What we are going to cover is different from anything you've seen before. I want you to understand that aging doesn't have to mean fading memory or confusion. Your brain can recover, it can repair, and it can thrive with the right nutrients at the right time. Now, let's start with the first fruit, one you've probably eaten hundreds of times but never at the right moment. Because when it comes to brain health, timing is just as important as what you eat. Let's talk about bananas and how this humble fruit can refill your brain's chemical tanks, calm overactive neurons, and support memory while you sleep. If you join me in the last part, you already know how important it is to give your brain the right nutrients before bed. Now, let's dive deeper into bananas and why they are more powerful than you might think. The older brain isn't broken, it's just undersupplied. Bananas may look humble, but they deliver a combination of nutrients that is perfect for overnight brain support, especially when you eat them at the right time. This is about more than just vitamins. It's about giving your neurons exactly what they need to repair, store, and process information while you sleep. Bananas are rich in vitamin B6, which your brain uses to produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These chemicals don't just influence mood, they are essential for memory formation, retention, and retrieval. As we age, production of these neurotransmitters slows down. That's when names get fuzzy, conversations slip away, and mental clarity fades, especially after a night of restless sleep. But bananas don't stop there. They also contain magnesium, a mineral that calms overactive neurons, reduces nighttime brain excitability, and helps support deep wave sleep, the stage where the brain does its most important cellular repair and memory consolidation. Studies have shown that seniors with higher magnesium and B6 intake before bed experience better short-term memory recall and more stable moods the following morning. Then there's tryptophan, an amino acid that converts into serotonin and melatonin, two compounds that are deeply involved in memory processing and overall brain recovery. Serotonin helps with communication between neurons, while melatonin triggers the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that is critical for neuron growth and survival. In simple terms, eating a banana before bed creates the perfect conditions for your brain to heal itself, not just rest. Let me give you an example. Martin, a retired accountant, told me that every morning he felt mentally slow and scattered. He started eating one banana about an hour before bed for 2 weeks. No supplements, no big changes. After the second week, he said, "It's like my mind clicks in faster. I don't lose my train of thought like before." For seniors, that kind of improvement isn't just convenience, it's independence. To get the full benefit, eat one small to medium ripe banana about 45–60 minutes before bedtime. Choose one with a few brown spots. Ripening increases available magnesium and tryptophan. If you're worried about sugar, pair it with a few almonds to slow absorption. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, or dairy close to bedtime, as these can interfere with melatonin and reduce the brain's calming signals. The beauty of bananas is not in how exotic they are, it's in how consistent and predictable they are. A banana gives your brain exactly what it needs at the moment it needs it most. This isn't a hack or a trick. It's nourishment, gentle, natural, and reliable, the kind of support the aging mind truly deserves. Now, if bananas refill your neurochemical tank, the next step is cleaning out the brain's oxidative waste, and that's where apples come in. If you've been following along, you know how bananas can refuel your brain's neurotransmitters and support deep, restorative sleep. Now let's talk about apples and why this everyday fruit is just as important for your overnight brain health. If bananas refuel the brain, apples cleanse it. Beneath the skin of every apple is a powerful cocktail of antioxidants, polyphenols, and flavonoids. These compounds protect your brain tissue from oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of memory loss and cognitive decline in older adults. As we age, free radicals accumulate in the brain. These unstable molecules damage neurons, wear down the protective myelin sheaths, and interfere with the communication between brain cells. The result is slower thinking, poor recall, and an increased risk of cognitive disorders. Apples fight back. They are especially high in quercetin, a flavonoid concentrated in the peel, which acts as a neuroprotective shield, reducing inflammation in the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory, and slowing the progression of oxidative damage. But apples don't just work as antioxidants. They are also rich in soluble fiber, particularly pectin, which feeds the gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. These fatty acids can cross the blood-brain barrier and trigger the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein essential for new brain cell formation and memory retention. The connection between your gut and your brain isn't a theory anymore. It's a proven communication line. And apples are one of the few fruits that work on both ends, feeding the gut and rebuilding the brain. One human study found that older adults who consumed 2 apples a day for 12 weeks showed improved executive function and verbal recall, along with lower markers of systemic inflammation. Apples also contain compounds like kcans, which are antioxidants that support healthy cerebral blood flow. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your neurons, especially overnight when your brain is clearing metabolic waste and consolidating memories. Timing is important. For maximum benefit, eat apples 1.5 to 2 hours before bed, giving your antioxidants time to circulate and your fiber time to begin fermentation in the gut. Choose red or dark-skinned varieties like Gala, Fuji, or Red Delicious, and avoid peeling them, because the skin contains the majority of brain protective compounds. One fruit, eaten at the right time, sets off a cascade of effects that ripple through your neural networks overnight. When paired with a calming fruit like banana, apples help create the perfect biochemical environment for your brain to restore itself quietly and efficiently. In simple terms, bananas refuel your brain and apples cleanse it. Together, they provide both the building blocks and the cleanup crew your neurons need to function at their best. They reduce inflammation, enhance neurogenesis, and promote efficient communication between neurons, all without supplements or complicated regimens. Now that we've refueled and cleaned your brain, there's one more fruit to talk about. Bright, juicy, and bursting with vitamin C. This final fruit completes the nightly trio for optimal brain protection. That fruit is oranges, and in the next part, we'll see exactly how they shield your brain, improve blood flow, and support memory consolidation while you sleep. And we've already seen how bananas refuel your brain and apples cleanse it. Now, let's talk about the final piece of this nightly brain protective trio, oranges. This bright, juicy fruit is packed with vitamin C and other compounds that shield your neurons while you sleep. Your brain doesn't just slow down with age, it actually rusts at the microscopic level. Every thought, every memory, every decision produces oxidative waste. If that waste isn't cleared, it accumulates, damaging neurons, disrupting neurotransmitters, and accelerating cognitive decline. Oranges help prevent that. They're often thought of as immune-boosting fruit, but for seniors, they are one of the most protective fruits for the brain. Vitamin C is the key. Your brain holds the highest concentration of vitamin C in your entire body, but it can't store it. That means a single night without enough vitamin C can leave your brain vulnerable to oxidative stress and inflammation. Vitamin C isn't just an antioxidant. It's essential for producing dopamine and norepinephrine, neurotransmitters responsible for alertness, focus, and motivation. Without it, these pathways slow, leading to brain fog, fatigue, and poor short-term memory. Oranges also contain hesperidin, a flavonoid that increases cerebral blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your neurons during sleep. This supports the brain's natural clearing system, flushing out harmful proteins like beta amyloid and tau, which are linked to neurodegeneration. Studies show that seniors consuming citrus flavonoids daily experience better episodic memory and enhanced brain perfusion in just a few weeks. To get the benefits, eat half to one orange or a few segments roughly 90 minutes before bedtime. Ideally, pair it with a small healthy fat like nuts or seeds to support nutrient absorption. Don't peel too aggressively. The white pith under the skin is packed with flavonoids. Avoid combining it with caffeine, chocolate, or heavy starches, which can interfere with your brain's natural nighttime clearing. Now that we've talked about bananas, apples, and oranges, let's put it all together. Here's a simple evening fruit routine. Start with half a ripe banana 1 hour before bed to provide magnesium, tryptophan, and vitamin B6, which help produce serotonin and melatonin. Next, eat half to one red apple about 90 minutes before bed. Its fiber and antioxidants reduce inflammation and activate compounds like quercetin and pectin that support neurogenesis. Finally, enjoy half an orange or a few segments around 90 minutes to 2 hours before sleep. Vitamin C and hesperidin protect your blood-brain barrier and enhance circulation. Consistency matters. Your brain thrives on rhythm. Following this routine helps establish circadian alignment, support sleep efficiency, hormone balance, and cognitive resilience. And over time, it can slow memory decline and improve daily mental clarity. Remember, you are not broken. You are not fading. Memory changes with age, yes, but your brain can repair itself with rest, nutrients, and a little consistency. The foods that rebuild your memory aren't locked behind prescriptions or expensive protocols. They are in your kitchen. A ripe banana, a crisp apple, a fresh orange, simple, familiar, and proven by science to protect your brain and help you wake up sharper. Memory is not just about remembering facts. It's about remembering who you are, and that is always worth protecting. Start tonight, follow this simple routine, and give your brain the chance to thrive night after night.